Have you ever looked back at a moment in your life and thought, that was my chance, and I missed it? Maybe someone offered you an opportunity when you weren't ready. Maybe the right person walked into your life at the wrong time. Or maybe you spent so long waiting for the perfect moment that you didn't recognize the real moment when it quietly arrived. Here's a truth most people learn too late. Opportunity never sends a calendar invite. It doesn't introduce itself. It doesn't wait for you to feel confident. It appears suddenly, unexpectedly, and often disguised as something ordinary. And the world is divided into two types of people: those who hesitate and those who are ready before they even know why. This is the story of one of those rare people. Stay with me, because the ending might change how you see your own life. In a city that never truly slept, surrounded by glowing towers and restless ambition, stood an upscale restaurant called the Silver Maple. It wasn't just a restaurant. It was a stage where powerful conversations happened quietly. Business deals were signed between bites of expensive steak. Celebrities hid in corner booths, hoping not to be recognized. And sometimes, one dinner changed someone's future forever. Among the polished marble floors and soft golden lighting worked a 31-year-old waiter named Adrian Hale. Adrian had been serving tables for nearly 8 years, not because it was his dream, but because it paid the bills while he chased something bigger. His real goal? To become a business strategist. He had the degree, he had the knowledge, he had presentations saved on his phone that no one had ever asked to see. What he didn't have was opportunity. Most waiters treated the job like a temporary pause in life. They arrived just on time, sometimes late. They memorized only what was necessary. They complained about difficult customers and long shifts. But Adrian was different. Every shift felt like preparation for something invisible. His uniform was always perfect, shoes polished, name tag straight. He studied the menu like it was a textbook. He knew where the ingredients came from. He understood wine pairings like a sommelier. And his coworkers laughed at him. "Why do you try so hard?" one of them asked during a slow afternoon. "It's just a waiter job. No one important is watching." Adrian smiled gently. "You never know who's watching," he said, "and you never know when today might matter." Years earlier, Adrian's grandfather had told him something he never forgot. The luckiest people in the world aren't lucky, they're ready. That sentence became his daily motivation. While others scrolled their phones during breaks, Adrian read business case studies. While others rushed home exhausted, Adrian practiced presentations in front of the mirror. His roommate often asked him late at night, "Why keep preparing when nothing is happening?" Adrian would answer quietly, "Because when something finally does happen, I don't want to start from zero." It was a cold Friday evening in November. The restaurant was chaos. Tables full, kitchen behind schedule. 3 staff members called in sick. Stress hung in the air like heavy fog. Adrian was covering double the usual section, moving fast, thinking faster, never letting the pressure show on his face. At exactly 8:52 p.m., the manager rushed toward him, eyes tense. "Adrian, I need you to take table 7. VIP guest just arrived. His regular server isn't here." Adrian nodded. "Who is it?" The manager lowered his voice. "Ethan Royce, founder of Apex Strategy Group." Adrian froze for half a second.
That name wasn't just familiar, it was legendary. Apex Strategy Group was one of the fastest-growing consulting firms in the industry, and Ethan Royce was known for discovering talent in unexpected places. For a moment, doubt whispered in Adrian's mind. What if I mess this up? What if this is my chance and I fail? But another voice answered louder. You've been preparing for years. This is just another moment. He adjusted his tie, inhaled slowly, and walked toward the table.
Ethan Royce sat alone, reviewing documents on a tablet. His posture showed exhaustion, the look of someone who had attended too many meetings, heard too many pitches. Adrian approached calmly. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Silver Maple. My name is Adrian, and I'll be taking care of you tonight. No nervousness, no desperation, just professionalism. When Ethan asked about the salmon dish, Adrian didn't repeat the menu. He explained the chef's technique, suggested a wine pairing, even mentioned a lighter alternative based on flavor notes. Ethan paused, looked up, really looked at him. You know your work, he said. Adrian nodded slightly. I believe every job deserves mastery. Throughout dinner, Ethan asked subtle questions, not just about food, but about service, systems, efficiency. Adrian answered naturally, never trying to impress, just sharing what he genuinely knew. When dessert plates were cleared, Ethan leaned back. So, Adrian, what do you do when you're not serving tables? The moment had arrived. Adrian didn't shrink, didn't apologize for his position. I study business strategy, he said calmly. I've built consulting case studies and maintain a portfolio. I work here while I prepare for the right opportunity. Ethan studied him silently. Most people wait for opportunity before preparing, he said. But you're preparing while you wait. That's rare. He reached into his briefcase and pulled out a small, worn notebook. I've carried this for 30 years, he said. Inside were ideas written during long waits, airports, cafes, hotel lobbies. Opportunity is like rain, Ethan said softly. You can't control when it falls, but you can decide whether you're standing there with a bucket or hiding under an umbrella. Adrian felt those words settle deep inside him, because suddenly everything made sense. Every late-night studying, every extra effort, every moment nobody noticed. It wasn't wasted time, it was preparation. Ethan placed a business card on the table. My company is opening a new division, he said. We need people who understand service, discipline, and systems. He looked directly at Adrian. Come to my office Monday morning. Bring your portfolio. Adrian held the card carefully. Thank you, I will. Ethan stood up, then added one last sentence. There were 6 servers here tonight. Only one of them was ready. And he walked away. Adrian didn't celebrate. He prepared all weekend. He refined presentations, researched Apex Strategy Group, practiced answers out loud until his voice felt natural and steady. His roommate watched him at 2 a.m. You look different, he said. Adrian smiled. I think my moment finally showed up. 8:45 a.m. Adrian stood outside a glass building that felt miles away from the restaurant world. Suit pressed, portfolio in hand, heart steady. The interview lasted 2 hours. Difficult questions, unexpected scenarios. But Adrian answered with knowledge built over years, not overnight, not by luck, by preparation. At the end, Ethan Royce leaned back and said 5 words. When can you start working?
3 weeks later, Adrian no longer wore a waiter's uniform. He wore a consultant's badge. 6 months later, he led his first major project. 1 year later, he trained new recruits on operational excellence. 2 years later, he stood on a conference stage, sharing lessons about readiness and discipline. Someone asked him, "How did you get so lucky?" Adrian smiled gently. "I wasn't lucky," he said. "I was ready."
Maybe right now you feel like you're waiting for someone to notice you, waiting for the right moment, waiting for life to finally begin. But here's what Adrian's story teaches us. Opportunity doesn't arrive when you feel ready. It arrives when it is ready. And when that moment comes, the only question will be, did you prepare or did you wait? Remember 3 truths. First, every small action today trains you for something bigger tomorrow. Second, opportunity rarely looks dramatic. Sometimes it looks like a normal day, a random conversation, an ordinary person. Third, readiness creates luck. Not fate, not coincidence, preparation.
Tonight, choose one skill connected to your future. Spend 30 minutes improving it, even if no one sees you. Prepare your work. Organize your ideas. Because someday, someone might ask, "Show me what you can do." And when that moment comes, you won't need more time. You'll already be ready. Your bucket is already in your hands. Now, stand in the rain.